Hot rods are a purely American thing. They started with early Fords mostly, 20s and 30s Fords. As I understand, GIs came home from World War II, and they wanted to go fast. These were made from cheap cars that were just sitting around, just waiting to be hot rodded. The primary reason these cars were modified was to go fast. The looks just kind of followed the function. Chop top, for instance, was to streamline the car. These cars had big, tall, square roofs, so the chop top came about from hot rodding. The big draw to these cars is that they're just a blast to drive. They're lightweight, big horsepower. It's just a pretty gnarly experience. These cars are really desirable. They're making fiberglass reproductions, all steel reproductions, so to find an original surviving all-metal body, that's the best starting point.
Ian and I have been friends for a while. We've worked on several projects together. He gets excited coming over here to see all the projects that I have. I like things a little more simple, and Ian's way more creative.
This is like ideal hot rod material. It's a little bit too far gone if you needed to restore it. All the mechanical parts are junk, but for a hot rod, this body is really good. There's a show coming up. I just want to go see what's around, get some inspiration, and start this new project. The Ventura Nationals has gone through a couple different transitions. It used to be called the Primer Nationals, but the primered cars have evolved into, like, you'll see, full custom blowout. This show is happening. Looking at other 31 Fords, this is like straight cool traditional custom. This is a lot like Don's in that it's a highboy. It's on the stock frame. It's running a Chevy V8 motor. It's just, you know, this is a really clean car. It's the way you would see it done in the 50s or 60s. And it's just a bitchin' look. The way they got the paint set up, it looks kind of old and patinaed. But this is a real hot rod. Good stuff. It's the same year. It's a 31 Ford. It's unchopped. It's a highboy. It's up on top of the frame. This one I consider even more traditional. It has the wishbones, but they haven't been split, so it sits taller. It's got a flathead V8 motor in it. It's totally legit hot rod. It's the real deal. The exhaust on this car is bitchin'. I really like it. It makes a mess, but it looks awesome. Seems like everything with hot rods has been done. I'm always trying to break new ground, but I see these traditional cars that are pretty mellow, and they're damn nice. Kind of on the fence. I know where I want to go, but sometimes you just gotta hold back. We really started this project about a year ago. I built a whole frame for it, and we haven't done anything since. I made a whole front clip look like a stock car. That's when the debate really started.
I wanted to lengthen it out about 8 inches just so we'd have more room in the cab of the car. I'm trying to build it as comfortable as I can.
The problem with extending the wheelbase is it's not that Model A hot rod that you see on the lakes in the 50s. Those cars were running a stock wheelbase most of the time, and that's the look.
But I was going for more of the practical look, had to make it comfortable.
Don really wanted room in the footwell, so we ended up making the chassis 6 inches longer. For the rear part of the frame, I used 2x3, 1/8 wall, and I used the Model A frame as a template where I put this little jog in it. I just set that up and took the 2x6, just made a join and then plated them with a 1/4-inch plate on the outsides all the way around. We don't have a proper hot rod front axle, so I'm looking for something that looks like it. Don's got a 59 Ford truck in the back, and I think I can modify that to work. Since we need a front axle for the 31, I did this on another car, like a T-bucket I built. I used a truck axle. So it's cool because these straight axles, they have hydraulic brakes. They got the old school wide 5 bolt pattern. The cool thing about this axle is Don's already got it. It's here, it's got a great brake setup. A lot of guys would convert their cars to truck brakes, And really, that's the main benefit. I'm just using the whole axle, but it's all about stopping. It's a no-brainer. I'm just gonna cut off the leaf spring mounts and create a new mount for the hot rod style spring. All right, so that's the deal. The main thing I'm gonna have to do before I start, see these pads where the old leaf springs used to mount? I'm gonna cut straight through and then weld a bracket on to hold the new radius rods. I'm cutting off the brackets that held the parallel leaf springs. That's the way the 59 truck was set up, but I want a transverse leaf spring. I'm making new mounts to hold this new style spring. It's pretty straight ahead, it's just gotta be really strong. I'm making a setup so that it holds the radius rods and the spring, so it's really just a bunch of 1/4-inch plate. It's basically just a big steel gusset structure that locates the axle. That's all. That's what I do, man. Just using what's available. Anybody can get in the catalog and pick a number, but I'm making it. This axle's done. I painted it black. It's a very simple thing. Just a bunch of bolts at this point, and it's ready to roll. Don ordered the radius rods from the catalog.
I don't have a problem with ordering from the catalog. I'm trying to make his job a little bit easier.
Don had the rear end he wants to use, so I put on some brackets, hooked up the 4-link kit. Now we got a rolling chassis. This body is 80, 90, whatever years old. It's super old. We had to take it and do a bunch of work underneath. We got replacement wheel arches, a couple replacement quarters, and it's really just cut and weld. Body work, sand, sand, sand. We finally get the thing pretty dialed in. It's time to see how it looks as a roller. Don's got the treasure. He's got this Chevy truck steering box, but it ain't gonna work. The stock truck steering box is just one long rod. It's a straight shot from the steering wheel to the box. The Model A is way smaller, so we gotta bend it a bit. Took the steering shaft, cut it a few times, put in 2 universal joints and a couple mounts. There you have it. It's a bent steering rod, and it works perfect. The whole deal is getting the steering wheel in a comfortable position to drive. The steering box is pretty far off from where it would have been in the stock location. Car's lower, so we had to modify the steering shaft. Getting the steering column together was pretty important. You can research or think about anything as much as you want, but the proof is in the test, and it works great. Once I saw the body on the chassis, all I could think was chop top, but Don's hesitant.
This car is an all original, it's an all steel car. I would like to keep it looking as much like an original car as I can. That's why I'm really dragging my feet on chopping the top on this one.
In the end, Don's looking for a comfortable driving car, so no chop top. I'm just trying to help Don build his car. Every Model A has a hole in the roof. You can't get around it. One of the cool factors is it really gives you an opportunity to kind of make your mark. I've been looking around all over, trying to figure out what's gonna be cool. Don's got a bunch of van roofs, he's got car hoods, car trunks, all kinds of stuff. Looking around, I come up on this Mustang hood, and it's pretty thrashed. This is a '69 Mustang hood. The car got wrecked. I cut it out about the same size as the roof opening in the Model A. It's got a neat crease down the center, and it's worthless as a replacement hood. So we were talking about using it to fill the hole in the roof. The contour fits, and it's got this cool little detail in the roof. The selling point to me was the ridge in the hood. The ridge in the hood immediately made me think of a 50s trick where they would put these little air vents in the roof of the car. So that's really what I was hoping to do. I mean, I already had this thing built in my head. This is a huge sheet metal panel, and I don't want to warp it. There's a million ways to jig it up, but I've found that tech screws, just screwing it down every few inches, works perfect. So that's the plan. Just screw it down. We'll come back and fill up the holes later with weld. Pretty much it. We'll just weld this on. It's going to take a long time to make all the tack welds. It's about 16 linear feet of welding, so stand by. It's all screwed together and there's no warps or kinks, so it's going to be a slow welding process, round and round for hours. It takes so long to spot weld a big panel like this. I mean, your thoughts can go anywhere, but mostly for me, it's like the sound of a long, empty hallway with a slight breeze coming through it. It's just nothing. You can't think too much when you're doing this or you go crazy. It takes a long time. The satisfaction comes in the end result, because a lot of guys will want to work through it too fast, and I know what happens. I've been there. So really, I've trained myself to just slow down time. Just take your time and do it right. It's not that hard to weld this on correctly. The whole deal is not heating it up. And if you do heat it up, you got to know how to recover from it. And that's really where the hammer welding comes in. Each time the weld cools down, it shrinks a bit. So nothing's perfect. Some spot welds will be hotter than others. So if you find that it's starting to oil can on you, it gets out of shape, you got to hammer it back before you do the next weld. It's really just keeping the metal under control. It's just a slow process. You got to do it right. Once the welding's all done, you just grind it out. It's the same deal that you don't want to heat it up, because you can warp it when you're grinding it. So you got to know where you're going. Just take your time and get it right. When I'm grinding it, I'm just making sure I don't heat it up. I try to keep the edge of the disc on the weld. Never hit the sheet metal. It's really just, you gotta pay attention. Last part of the equation is the Bondo. Mix it up, fill it, go on to primer. The whole purpose of the Bondo is to level the surface. So you mix it up, spread it, cut it back real fast. Get as much of the material off as possible, because you want the paint to be as close to the metal as possible. The whole idea with Bondo is using as little as possible, so I like to work fast. I found that I can use this big old saw blade, and it's like 10 grit sandpaper. So if you use it right, it goes really quick. You just sling off the high spots real fast, just go to 36 grit after that. Don's car is bitchin' and all, but it's really not the creative entity that I'm looking for. It's like, this is like work, you know? I'm at work here. I'm trying to make a really bitchin' car, but I gotta get back to my shop. There's something I've been looking to finish, and I gotta get to it. The whole idea with this being on airbags is it's gotta function. It's gotta move up and down pretty quickly. It's gotta look cool and be strong. Everything seems to be working, but you never know what could go wrong. I mean, this is a raw chassis. Everything seems to be operating, but I'll never know until I get the thing assembled, so we'll see. Spent a bunch of time getting some stuff done on my car, and that's cool, but really, I love to finish projects. Don's car is so close, it's good to get back here. I'm really looking forward to driving the thing.
It's great to have Ian back. While he was gone, I was finishing up on running the brake lines, the fuel lines, some of the electrical that's going into the car. And now that he's here, now we can get down to business on getting that thing closer to being fired up.
Mechanically, Don's got down on all the hoses, wires, brake lines, emergency brake cable. Everything mechanical is complete. Bolting in the drive shaft and modifying the rear forelink are the last two things, and mechanically, it's there. Cool factor times 10. We got some Coker tires, installed some radial white walls, 165s in the front, 235s in the back. It's got the classic big and little hot rod look. The diameter of the rear tires looks great. The frame has got the proportions I like. You gotta see it with the body on. That's what makes it all together. That's what makes it count. Well, the body's in good position. I gotta see what this thing looks like. Been waiting a long time. A lot of effort's gone into getting this far, so let's see what it looks like in the sunlight. I like it, sir.
I like it too. It's so nice to finally see this car going someplace. It's been sitting for 40 some odd years. Now to see it getting so close, I'm so excited about getting that car running and getting it down the road. It is absolutely bitchin'. I couldn't have asked for a better car.
You've seen this car kind of mocked up 100 times already, but with the tires and the paint, this thing is ready. It's looking good. The last bit of fabrication is the exhaust dumps. Don's got a bitchin' set of headers, and they need mufflers. We're bolting on the headers, and I'm gonna fabricate the rest of the exhaust. Don got these old school glass packs, and he wants to run them underneath the doors along the frame like that. Took a whole bunch of cut and welds, but it actually gave it a better shape in the end. I trimmed it back until it has this like flowing rearward, kind of a mellow curvature. It looks good. That's pretty much the layout. I'm gonna take it off and finish weld it, sand it up nice. Don's gonna paint the whole assembly black. So the last bit is just to put a gasket on here. I'm not gonna put it together finally until we're really done, but this is the gist of it. So you got it and it's shut off. It flows out through the mufflers. So it's a 2.5 outlet to a 2-inch end pipe and muffler. But if he goes out to the salt flats or just wants to annoy his neighbors, he can open it up. It'd be like a marching band coming down the street. Without mufflers, this car will be pretty rowdy. You know, everybody would know who's coming through town. Don's looking to be a little more discreet. He's a little more mature than I am.
We're ready to install this. An aftermarket air cleaner that looks just fantastic.
Usually wiring a car for me is kind of tedious, but I'm gonna try out this wiring harness kit. It looks like it's all there. It's painless, so they say. And all the wires are labeled. Pretty slick. Cool factor number 2, we got a wiring kit from Painless. It's a big hassle to come up and build your own wiring harness from a bare fuse block. So we got this kit and it has everything. The crazy thing about wiring harnesses is there's always a million wires. And this one is color coded. Each wire is labeled. It's like a tiny little silk screen machine. I don't know how they do it. Every wire tells you what it goes to. So although it looks like a crazy bundle, they're all telling you what to do with them. It's really a time saver. And it's pro, you know it works. They got a great reputation. We're there. All we gotta do is button up a few things, start it, and run it.
Oh, look at that. Boy, somebody will see me for miles away. Perfect. Another wonderful job by FM Ian.
The final step of the whole freaking build. We're there. Don's gonna set up some tool to raise the oil pressure. The motor's been sitting for years, so Don needs to bring up the oil pressure and then rotate the engine a few times and get everything lubricated. I'm pretty stoked. Don turned the key and the thing popped right off. It fired right away. The compression and everything in the motor seems cool. It's firing fine, but it's not delivering fuel. I'm not sure what the deal is. It's pulling the fuel up out of the tank, but it's like sort of just pulsing. It's not really delivering the gas the way it should. For some reason, the gas isn't getting to the engine. Don's gonna set up something with a fuel pump or whatever, but I gotta take off. I gotta pick up a car and deliver it to another client. So I'm gonna come back in about an hour. Should wrap this up and we're gonna run this thing. We're ready to rock. I'd say a significant event occurred in my absence. This fire could have got out of control. Apparently there was too much fuel pressure and the whole engine seems to have caught on fire.
Let's get outside. Yeah,
What happened was the seat in the carburetor stuck open. So it was pushing all the fuel out of the carburetor. And I think there was a spark when I went to pull off the wire, and I think that's what ignited it.
It takes a lot to get me excited. I'm a pretty mellow dude, so you know, seeing a car that was freshly incinerated, it's pretty exciting. I can't say I was really disappointed because it's exciting, you know. I'm into that kind of stuff. It's a bummer. The car's filthy now, but pretty cool. Not everybody catches their brand new car on fire.
It's not going to run tonight. It will run. It will make it to the show. It's just going to take cleanup time now.
Yeah, well, nothing's burnt. It's just dirty.
No. It's very minor damage.
Well, apparently getting gas isn't the problem now. It seems to get plenty of fuel. So I think we solved that problem. I guess all we got to do is wash it up and run it.
It's running. It's ready to go. We're going to the show. Well, I had to clean up the mess after the fire, and that was a little challenging, but we got all the powder off of the car. Have not fixed one burnt wire yet, but that'll get fixed later on, and adjusted the timing on it, and it's good to go. I'm really happy with the way this whole build went because the car is easy to get in and out of. It's a nice car to drive. It handles well, it corners well, it stops well, and the wife can get in and out of it well. I'm just so tickled. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything more, or a person that Ian's caliber to help me with my own personal project. Working with Ian, he has taught me that you can make things absolutely bitchin' with the simplest tools, the simple material, that you can take something and make the most awesome stuff with it. That I have learned from him. I really appreciate that.
My friend Ken, he's a car guy. I've known him from way back, and he called me about this new project.
Welcome to the Orange Empire Railroad Museum.
Yeah, I'm all about new projects.
Man, if I got something for you, bud.
Ken's been telling me about this train museum he's a member of, so when he called me in, I didn't know what to expect. When you say museum, I'm thinking about like a room with, you know, maybe little trains in it. Look at this place. It's like a whole environment.
It really is.
I met Ken a while back at a car show dedicated to the art and life of Big Daddy Roth, and we've been friends ever since.
I wanted to bring Ian in and show him around, and before we took him to show him the project, I just wanted to whet his appetite. So I've got my buddy Ken over here, who's a huge fan of the show, which I figure I'd warn you first.
Okay, so it's Ken and Ken.
Ken and Ken, yeah,
double trouble.
We're a franchise.
Okay, hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
You know, Ken can give him like the best tour of the property. And he is the guy to show him around, have some fun, and then we'll show Ian the project.
I understand trains, right? But these guys are like super rail fans, and they know everything about everything. Oh man, so this is a crane that's a train. It's one thing to have a collection, but the fact here is that everything works. Oh, it's on.
And there we have, well, our lights are on now.
It's like a giant model railroad, if you will. Look at all this stuff. This is my kind of place.
This is our other project, the 508 from San Diego.
1937. No wonder they want to make America great again. What do I have to do to this one? Chop the top? You want to lower it a little? Oh man, look at this thing. Whoa, this is super old. It's crazy cool.
What do you think of that?
Unreal, it's like a giant toy train.
Yeah. Well, this is like the Ward Kimball collection. Ward was one of the 9 old men at Disney. He was like one of the great animators and directors they had over there when they first started. He also got Disney into trains back in the 30s, and that's why there are trains at Disneyland, and we have examples of that here. This Chloe is actually a full custom garage type build. He did to this what you do to cars.
These guys are fanatics, and they definitely want to immerse me in the entire rail experience.
But this isn't really the reason we brought you here, bud. I need you, so come on with me.
Finally, all the suspense has led up to this.
What do you think?
That's right up my alley. I mean, I don't know if you heard about it, but this is what I do.
Yeah.
This is the iconic classic Ford pickup truck, you know, model AA, the bigger truck, and why it's in a train museum is beyond me. Looking to get out of the train business and into the hot rod truck business.
Yeah, well, you know,
Perfect.
I finally had a car project in the barn.
It doesn't look like a complete truck from this vantage point.
Well, it was a complete truck when we rolled it in here. It had
Okay.
everything.
Oh,
I
I
mean, it's
see.
all here in
And this-
pieces. We just came to a point where we needed Ian.
I mean, it's not too far gone for sure. I work with much rougher things. This is right in my reign, man. It's totally
Yeah, but
cool.
the thing is, dude,
Yeah.
we want to make this a train. We want to make this a rail truck. We want to put it on the tracks.
Hey, I think it could happen.
I mean, it's not a hot rod, like 4 wheels and out you go. This is such a one-off and such a weirdie. And I'm like, nobody can do this but Ian.
So what's the gimmick? So you need like another
Train wheels.
train wheels
We gotta
on
put-
the pickup truck.
Yeah.
Like the little engine that could? I think I can. This isn't a restoration by any means.
No. This
is
needs to
gonna
look like
need-
it sat out in the Nevada desert for the past 90 years.
You pretty much want a rail car that acts like a flatbed truck.
Absolutely. I don't have to worry about Ian because I know here's the welder, here's the grinder, I'm gonna go make cartoons, bye. Right?
Usually when I see a project, thinking 10 steps ahead of what I'm about to do, we're opening these doors and I'm drawing a blank.
Good morning, Grizzly Flats, huh?
We can get this thing out of the way, then we'll have plenty of room to get in and get the bed off.
I don't know if we can, but you can.
The awesome part about working in this train museum is you get the full hands-on, behind-the-scene access. It's just super heavy duty.
Yeah.
It's like, why does the door need to be that strong? Give it a little juice and let her warm up. They're letting me try everything out. Yeah, I gotta say, I never expected to ever drive a train, but here we are. My brain's been spinning, man. It's a pretty major task, to put a truck on the tracks. It's very clear that that axle doesn't fit. So just like you back half a race car, you
Yeah.
cut the back of the chassis off.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna do the same thing with this. As if you were tubbing a car, we're gonna narrow the frame rails and do major surgery on the axle.
I was really, really pleased that he didn't flinch. He didn't do this. We didn't know what we were going to get from me when we showed it to him because he wasn't really prepped all the way. It just pulled him, and I was so happy to see that.
In simplest terms, the truck is this wide and the tracks are that wide.
Get the Sawzall out, rock and roll. When I was on the hunt for this truck, I would look at a couple of trucks, and the owners of the trucks would be like, so you want to cut my truck up and make it into a train? Get out of my yard. It's a no-holds-barred thing, and we're not restoring an old truck. That's not what we're here for. We need a functional rail truck.
Cut through here and here, narrow it, and then just like when you're boxing a frame for a V8 engine or something,
Yeah.
plate this right through. That ain't going anywhere. We are not building your average train, This place is an awesome museum. We're gonna build something in line with the caliber of stuff they have, like a full custom rail truck. Let's get dirty. So, it's 5, 15. We need to narrow this thing 15 inches. You figure a truck like this, 1928, and it's 2018, that's 90 years old. Some people might get nervous. This might be the cringe moment. The only way to get started is to cut it up. We don't have a chassis jig, so I'm going to set up something that's as square and frame-worthy as possible. This frame jig would never be adequate for a race car or even a street car, but it doesn't need to steer, it's on rails, so it's going to work. The main challenge here is just keeping the thing square and attaching it as it was where it wasn't. It's exactly what it was, it's just narrower. This was the easy part. The challenge is still on the horizon. I knew Ken had a real strong concept of where he was going with this project, but I was kind of in the dark. This photograph illustrates perfectly what his concept is.
They did what they could with what they had
Purpose-built.
on site. This is a great merging of our railroad knowledge and Ian's hot rod knowledge and his fabrication knowledge. Sort of what we're recreating. It's a truck from the last days. There are things we have to do, with the motor that we have. This is the actual motor out of the truck. The drive line's the same. Nothing's going to change. It's just that You know, that's the train guys. You know, that's us. We're just gonna see. I mean, that's a lot of tonnage to move. As far as Ian goes and the project, if you can make the photo for us or anything close, we're good, we're golden. We're not even gonna paint this thing. I want it to be a rolling tetanus shot.
If you want to look like that,
Yeah.
we can do it for sure.
That's what we want.
Right.
And the good thing is, I found a wheel set out in our yard.
Awesome.
So if
We're
you
ready
want to
to
come
go.
out, then we'll get it over here and we can mock it up.
Look like train wheels,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, they're freight car wheels.
Oh.
What we'll do is we'll do what the railroad does. We'll put it on the turntable.
What the heck you got going on here? That's like a giant freaking bridge.
Yeah, and you're gonna push it.
You know, from the full tour of this place, the behind the scenes, to driving the train, you know, Ken's like, no, we're not going to just put the wheels over there. You're gonna see how the turntable works, and we're gonna direct it down the lane and then back into the shop as the train would roll. Totally cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Look at this, dude.
Ta-da.
Oh yeah.
That looks like the photo. It's a truck on train wheels. This wheel set, as it is appropriate for the vehicle. It totally works, but mating this to the Ford axle is where the challenge begins. Those train wheels are sitting way inboard on this axle. So if you guys can help me out, I need to get rid of these tires, this brake drum, and these wishbones. Ken and his crew are gonna break down and prepare that axle. You know, I got a million other things I'm thinking about to get started with, make this project happen. So, you know, onward and upward. Just like any other project, you know, this thing has a deadline. The museum is having an event, it's Christmas season. They want to include this rig in their Christmas lineup. Time is of the essence. Silver Surfer. It's time for a little parts gathering. I'm looking for a few things. I'm looking for some rods, looking for some angle, I'm looking for some plate. Not only does the stuff have to fit the look, you know, it has to function. It has to feel like it's old and crusty. I mean, it takes a trained eye to really spot what you need. So you got angle iron, flat bar, heavy duty, but that's what we need. We need one of these in here, like a 1/2 inch thick. You know, Ken told me if it's too big to carry, duh, he could just send the forklift over, and I'll grab some of the smaller stock. This is like shoe shopping, you know? What style looks the best, what style fits. This is exactly what's on the drawing. This matches the turnbuckles, this diameter. Driving around this place, I mean, there's potential everywhere. You know, there's a lot of train parts, but there's a lot of other awesome sauce. Oh man, this thing is toast. Got totally burned up. You know, I've done a hot rod fire truck, and this would be an awesome contender. Come on, look at the cool factor. There's 2 leaf springs right there. Oh, this is exactly what we need. See that? They got eyelets on both ends. Got the rods for the front cow catcher, we got leaf springs, got some angle iron, we got a line on the plate, and we evaded a giant witch. I'd call that a successful outing. You're gonna trip out when you see this. I ordered some really heavy steel plate from the museum guys. You know, they have a forklift and a torch. I sent them my measurements and it's already here. I measured the outside as wide as those running boards, so once it's on the truck, I got stuff I can work with. Yes, now we're getting somewhere. Ta-da! For the last part of this adventure, you see this going right in here like that. So this is just the base. You know, this plate, as heavy and complex as it was, is just the start of the whole look of the front end. Right now, it's starting to look like that picture. Making sure the proportion is right is the critical element. You know, that's the big challenge of this. First thing I have to accomplish is assembling the headlights, and then I can build the cow catcher. Thing is, this truck came into the museum as a complete vehicle. Ken says the parts are all here, they're just stashed around. Hopefully he has 2 good headlights. Otherwise, it's a knuckle sandwich. Christmas is in full swing in Grizzly Flats. People say it's a complete car. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard that. Oh, cool, look at this, windshield, headlights, groovy. That's what I'm talking about. Without those, we're kind of stumped. And then the gas tank and the hood, perfect. And the light bar, there it is. Stock headlight bar, headlights, hood, gas tank. So yeah, it's a complete truck for sure. Seeing that these parts fit up is a relief, you know, it frees me up to do what I need to. So really the visual aspect is the task here. Headlight bar is pretty much smack center in the grille shell, so I need a riser. I need something to come up off of that flat plate. That headlight bar was made to bolt to that bracket. Look at that angle. I have no way of accurately measuring the photo. It's kind of like a perspective issue. So by fabricating the parts on the vehicle, it gives me a good gauge just visually. You know, if it looks like it, then it's gonna work. Totally looks like a truck, but it's a train. That's what it needed. Gives me a perfect gauge on how wide this front end should be. With the headlights and the grille in place, starting to get a feel for what the dimensions are. The next challenge is figuring out how to make that front cow catcher look as convincing as what I've got so far. This is a little bit of a different workout for me in that typically I'm looking at something and then doing my own thing. Now I'm trying to replicate something. And the challenge is cool, but I still get to do my own thing because I'm choosing the materials and how to go about it. And it's actually a bit of a relief in that there'll be no body work on this. There'll be no sanding. So I'm laying this thing out, trying to do it at an even number. And the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait a second, this is missing a rod. Look, there's no rod here. This one is clearly at the end of the angle. And there's nothing there. The truck in the photo is missing a rod, one of the vertical uprights. It's not there. I'm building it like the drawing, but just because the photo shows some damage, you know, missing pieces, doesn't necessarily I'm gonna build it as bad off as that vehicle was. That's one. I don't want it to look damaged. Something don't look right. Yeah, the whole character of this truck is this front cow catcher. It's way out of proportion. Okay, here it is. So I'm looking at this truck because I'm this tall. I'm looking right in line with the top of the windshield. This viewpoint is looking at the truck like this. I'm trying to judge the photo by the shadow that's cast on it and the angle that the lens was set. You know, I'm standing here at 6'2" looking at the thing. It's a completely different angle from the way the camera was positioned. I think I'm gonna have to take a little artistic license on this. Don't tell anyone. This will be our little secret. I really want that cow catcher to be a little more prominent. Let me raise the truck up 4 inches. This is all just winging it. There's no hard measurements on anything. It's just gotta feel like it looks. Yeah, so I raised it up a little bit and that's what we needed. So obviously, according to the picture, these things aren't straight. They're pitched forward in a V formation, ready to catch cows. So we gotta make these look like that. First step, set up the acetylene torch. Pow! Nice hot stick. Put it right there and give it a bend. This is old school metalwork, you know. It takes fire to bend metal. That's what I'm talking about. Full custom blacksmith. This cow catcher's really taking shape, you know. It may be the best cow catcher I've ever made. I got one more idea that'll really sell it. They were saying that they're fine with this crashed model, but I just can't bring myself to do that. I'll make it a little bit nicer, and then if they want, we'll smash it. But I gotta get this lower portion on to really sell the concept. The last element of the cow catcher is this lower beam you see in the photo. The front end modification is the primary visual thing, you know, that takes you into that train truck experience. You know, there's no roadmap. It's just look at it. It's like it's kind of kicked up. It's definitely been in a collision. It's definitely been used. And, you know, you're really just using all of your senses. As much as it is fabrication, it's total art. Who put these frickin' train tracks in the shop? They're in the way of everything. Okay, same thing on this side, just a mirror image. So the last step, I may do more like this, but that photo showing these rods coming through, actually being bolted together, and I don't have that luxury. So I came up with the oldest trick in the book, the old fake rod scenario. Sometimes tricks are exactly what you need to make things convincing. You know, this hardware is all bunk, but I gotta make it look like it counts. Me, coming from a sculptural background, I worked in an art foundry, so we were doing bronze castings of literal mechanical things. And typically there was hardware presented, but you know, in a bronze casting, it's all one thing. So we would fake welding nuts, screw heads, rivets, etc. to these sculptures. This is basically the same idea. So instead of trying to source out some old hardware that works, which probably doesn't exist, I'm just gonna put these on, and hey, it looks like threaded rods. Check. This thing is looking cool, just like it would have been on the rail line back in the day. Now with this in place, I want to trim the fenders and just get the whole look of the front end cemented. And you can see from the start, you know, I started with that massive plate and just tailored it to fit the dimensions of the real truck. Really satisfying to get this part of it squared away. This is the aesthetic I was really going for. You know, it looks like the photo. The next challenge is getting these train wheels under the rig. So, just as we set up the top side of this, set up the bottom side of that. Coming off of this, we're measuring down to the rim face. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm just gonna tack it in a few places, put it on the axle and test it. You know, once I got it welded up, put it back on the crane, carted it over to the shop. Fortunately, my friend Jeff is there to help me muscle this wheel into place. All right, that's that. Getting this thing on and in place, you know, I kind of wanted to see it roll. You know, that's what this thing does. Now it's the moment of truth. Like butter. This is a big part of the build. You know, I've been sweating this from the onset. This was the uncharted territory, and here it is, a sigh of relief. It won't be fully true and tested until we go down the rails, but this is the first step in solving the problem of the vehicle not having any wheels. So that's a good thing. We got 2 wheels, 2 more to go. I'm gonna do the same thing to the wheel on the other side, but we really have to figure out this front axle, you know? That's a whole different style. The train has not left the station. The whole Grizzly Flats crew is here. The mechanics are on hand. Everybody's pitching in to get this thing finished. It looks pretty loose, but we're making progress. Time is of the essence. The whole task with this project was to get the truck to look like the photo. What I need to do is get this front axle in place and get the truck on the rails. The whole crew is on lunch break, and while that's happening, my lovely assistant and I have the ability to get this thing on the wheels. This has to look like the picture. So once I got all the machine work done, I put these wheel caps on and weld them in place. So now it simulates a solid wheel. All my calculations proved solid on the rear end. The wild card at this point is the front axle. It's come in late last night, and now I need to figure out how to attach it to this rig. There's a shop up past Fresno, California called Hillcrest, and they custom machined this front axle. Just looking at it was a relief to see that it was already engaged. You know, it was as wide as the track needed to be, so no modifications. I got my buddy Jeff on hand. He's gonna help me get this thing in place. So looking at the picture, the thing that's determining our proportion is this shackle in the front is looking like it's attached just about where the headlight is. Found these leaf springs out on the back 40. I'm thinking about the same thing as I've done through the whole truck. You know, scavenger hunt, grabbed every part I could find that looks old and looks like it fits the photo. So we don't have U-bolts, so we're just setting up a series of 2 plates that will grab this box. The thing about springs like this, as it stretches, it gets longer. So this shackle always makes it go back into place. It's kind of like an inch board. What's not to like about that? Oh, such a victory. I gotta say, just getting this thing on 4 wheels, I feel good.
Definitely works. It's a train truck.
Let's get everybody in here and slam this thing together. There's still a ton to do. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing this on the tracks. You know, just like everything in the shop, when it's outside, it's a whole different thing. Their mission of me following the photograph, I think I accomplished it. The use of all the old parts, the scavenger hunts, everything lends itself to this look. The way all the fabrication is, everything is torch cut, it's rusted, it looks like it could have come out of the mine. When you stand back and look at it, you really get the vibe,
It's a gift. It's such a joy to have this here at Grizzly Flats. You really, really did a terrific job.
For using absolutely, no new material besides the front truck, right? That's it. Everything is out of the yard. It worked out great. The last hours of this were just details. I found a bunch of scrap wood, made the bed look like the photo, a couple other things in the front suspension. I loved that dump bed so much, so I retained that exactly as it was, but it's all custom. It's all narrowed out, C-notched, and super strong.
You hot rodded it.
Exactly,
Yeah,
100%.
Oh man, that is so cool. So basically the back of the truck now is hot rod technology and railroad technology together. He's made this fusion, which is amazing.
I'm super proud of it, man. It's nothing I expected walking in the door.
The main thing for Ian was to come in and get him to do the fab work and match the photo, and he did it exactly. And it's wonderful. Just the look on the crew's face. They've been crushing that motor and transmission and everything. There's been working a lot of hours and everything else, it just, The motor's completely rebuilt, transmission's rebuilt, everything's all set. We had a faulty head gasket. And when you're running with Ian, it just takes one thing and you start to drop back.
Working with any antique thing, there's a million things that can go wrong. So they had an issue with the head gasket last night. We're gonna have our test run with the assistance of old Smokeless. I'm getting in that thing. This is an antique vehicle, so it's got all the clunks and screeches and everything. We are on the rails. Pretty interesting. It's a very tactile experience. There's no steering, no brakes, no throttle. You're just cruising. Man, this thing rides like it's on rails. I can't believe how it handles. It's kind of like having a chauffeur. Right turn, Jeeves, right turn. Just having you burn some calories for me, man. I did all the work this week. Somebody fix me a beverage. All's well in the world, Did a couple of revolutions on the turnstile, and it's time to go back to the shack.
Will there be anything else, Mr. Michelle?
Take me home, Jeeves.
Country road. Hold still, don't go anywhere.
My takeaway from this is steam engines. I am in love with them. Now, you walk into the museum, so you see people dressed in their uniforms, and they're really being the part of the whole train thing, and now you understand why. It is like super rich in history, and that's what the passion is.
I think he's got the bug now. I think he's got the train bug. Ian said he'll be back. My favorite part of this whole build has been watching Ian work, For me, I got to be the tourist in the strange land of Ian. It was really, really cool.
All right, well, my job is done here. Put my cape on and...
Almost.
Wait a second.
Just hang on 1 second.
But wait, there's more. Well, it is Christmas, right?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Let's see what we got.
Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got.
Oh, man, of course. What better than that? Right on.
For the house, man.
Oh, yes, exactly. Lo and behold, what would you expect as a gift from a bunch of train fanatics? That is rad.
Thank you, buddy.
That's totally
Thank you for
awesome.
everything.
Thanks, Jingles.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, fellas. That's awesome.
Thank you, brother.
Cool, man. Right on.
Thank you so much.
I gotta say, man, I am excited, but I'm also feeling a little cautious. I'm wondering why it's all the way in the back.
Hey, this is where we keep all the really good stuff.
Where nobody can see.
Right, exactly. I'm telling you, I got something really cool in store for you back here. After you.
Oh, wow.
There it is.
Heck yeah. That is cool. That's like a 46, right?
47.
47. That's a nice car, man. I gotta say, this car's got a ton of potential. This is one of those things I was not expecting. It's in great shape. You're stepping up your game. This one actually has windows in it. This is the point where you say, no, it's the car behind there? Yeah. Or is this the one?
This is it, man.
This is like a really good condition car, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're gonna love it inside.
Oh, wow. If you know me, you know I'm usually not called in on a project that starts off looking like this, so who knows? Maybe times are a-changin'. Tom's been a really solid friend for a lot of years, and it really helps that he's the closest person to the ranch. If I'm traveling, he's watching the dogs, feeding them, etc. I gotta say, he is their #1 uncle. So I'm more than happy to reciprocate, get his car over here and get to work. Home sweet home. Let's see what this thing's made of. I think this project might be Tom's forever car, so I wanna do everything I can to make it right.
Don't hurt my car! You did it.
You know what they say, when one trick works, go right for the next. Or at least that's what I say. I used to do this in the scrapyard all the time. When the bucket comes in, just drop it in the bucket.
All right, man, this feels like out of the frying pan and into the fire, though. We're there. Ooh, it's working. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
At all costs, this car will get in the shop. No matter how much it refuses, we're gonna get it done. It's coming pretty clear as to why you got such a good deal on this. It's becoming even clearer as to why it sat still for 10 years. All right, what's going on in here? Ah, there's your problem. So somebody went in here with a saw, and for some reason cut the steering box right out of the thing. And the whole transmission is disassembled. I mean, what's the end game with it? Obviously, you want to drive it.
Yeah. I mean, my hope is that we can do this simple.
When a client says they want to keep it simple, it means to me that they're very much misleading themselves. It's never simple. I know Tom's approaching this project with a limited budget, and he came to the right place. I got a lot of resources, I got a lot of ideas. I think we can get this done. Transmission catching device. The end game here is to make it a really solid cruiser. And as much as it hurts Tom to pull out these 47 Ford parts, it's gonna be way better in the end for doing so. So, class, next time your car won't roll, see, it's locked. If you move this thing, it's free. Now that we've completed our lesson in vintage transmission diagnostics, all we have to do is everything. We've got Tom's street cruiser into the shop with all kinds of hopes and dreams being tossed around. We could push it down the boulevard, but he wants to drive it, so we got some work to do. Pulling that transmission and engine, we definitely got an issue to deal with. The idea of an engine swap just got me thinking. The outside of the car's telling one story.
Yeah.
But the insides, it needs some help.
Yeah, it's pretty rough in there, man.
Why not just upgrade the whole drivetrain, front and rear suspension as well?
I like where you're going with that, man. I mean, this old stuff is cool because it's old school, but I don't know, man, you've got my interest.
Out with the old, in with the new. I got people giving me stuff left and right. It's like, with 50 acres, I start to collect stuff. So
Yeah.
Let's take your engine out to pasture, and I'll show you what I'm working with.
All right.
You could say I'm a bit of a hunter-gatherer. I'm always ready for when the budget is a concern. I have a few ideas that just might fit the bill for this project.
Man, you really got a collection of some wild stuff out here, man.
It's Hollywood, baby. Hollywood. One of my part-time gigs for the last 20 years has been working in various behind-the-scenes, televisions, commercials, that type of thing. So fortunately, when they strike a set, I get to get in there and see what's good before it goes in the dumpster. We're working with this prop company, and they just always have extra stuff, from videos and movies. They're making a couple cars, and I was able to get these suspension clips from them. These are from a Ford Ranger, a pickup truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what it is, you hear of a front clip installation. That's exactly what this is. They just cut off the front and the rear portion of the frame, and they weren't using them. So you know me, I gotta have it.
Yeah, man, I've heard of people doing S10 pickups.
Yeah, same thing. And you know what the best part?
What's that?
They're free.
Yeah, can't beat that.
I think you could say the deal is dynamite. All I could say is out with the old and in with the not so old. There it is, man. Just rolling the clip up to the front of the car, it looks like it's gonna fit. The only thing that's gonna tell is to get it under there and see if it actually works. The whole challenge here, the way I was thinking about it, is I don't want to go like unbolting stuff, right? So I want it to look just the same. With something like this, you would normally take the whole front clip off. I think we can get around that. So I think we should just cut 2 big windows in the inner fender wells and make them removable.
Yeah, man, when you start talking about cutting up these old cars, I start getting a little bit nervous. But at the same time, I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen.
So what you're saying is that you're both nervous and excited.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like a first date.
It's like a roller coaster, bro.
The fact that Tom has his camera out means that his nerves has settled a bit, and that's good news because the worst is yet to come. I have to get Tom in on the action so he can really soak in the destructive process. Aha!
Here she goes.
The main advantage in installing this front clip is we get to tailor the ride height, we get to tailor the wheelbase. You're really just creating the whole new front end of the car and modernizing it. I have no fear. No fear. At this point, we're not really sure where the 2 pieces are gonna meld. Typically what I do in this case is I just nip them both off and keep decreasing the space between them.
What did I get myself into?
Yeah, it's all fun and games when we're cutting apart my cars, huh?
Yeah.
What did he think we were gonna do? Put on a couple coats of wax or something? I mean, he has been warned. Now that you've become a street rodder, somebody's gonna want those old parts.
Telling you, we're gonna do a whole new thing with street rodding.
Before we mock up this clip, I wanna pull out the coil spring so the suspension's completely compressed.
And I felt that in my teeth.
Yeah. Most times I'm building a car like this, I'll put in the front clip with no springs in it at all. The idea being it's at its maximum lowness and you're on the bump stops, you can figure out where the tires are gonna come up to the sheet metal on the car. Now you really get a sense as to how wide the frames are, huh? Look at that, they're very close. That's good news. It's a relief to see this front clip up under the car. It's always theory until you really get into position. The other news is it's gonna take a lot more to get this thing all fit up. So the point we're at now is we need tires. The diameter of the tire is gonna dictate the ride height ultimately, because we can put this frame, like I mentioned, anywhere, up or down. It's your street rod, so go get some billet rims. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with that, and I'll make some measurements.
Brought some steel and some rubber.
Oh, steel wheels. What kind of street rod are you building?
No, man, I gotta have steelies.
Nice, how do you produce those overnight?
I got these from my cousin.
It's a perfect choice. I gotta say, Tom, as a designer, thumbs up. Some other clients come in with some odd tire and rim combos. Not Tom, he does it right every time.
Oh my gosh, Ian, you gotta look at this. That is a beautiful thing.
You know, Tom, that is a beautiful thing. It's just gotta be much lower, much, much lower. As close and cool as this looks, I mean, the challenge is pretty advanced at this point. We need the tire to look proper in the fender well opening. On top of that, raising the front clip up in the car, we want it to look like it belongs to the frame of the 47 Ford. So it's gonna be, like we talked about, a big Z in the chassis for sure.
Well, I'm ready to get to work.
The good news is the tires fit the wheel well like we want. The ride height on this, as far as lowness goes, is limited by where the tires are going to ultimately hit the fenders. So let's just make this front end as it is, as low as possible, and then we'll figure out the rear end after that.
Okay, you got 2 different cuts here, two different lines.
Well, that was my first thought.
Okay,
My second thought was the second line. Can you dig it?
all right.
I'll race you.
Yeah, but look at how, I think I need a new blade.
You know why I always win the Sawzall race?
Why?
Because I'm buying the blades. Winner! You said you want your car low, eh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
People may think, oh, lower the car 2 inches and you're done, but I think further on that, because as the suspension angles change, the tires actually do move forward and backwards a little bit. Now look how out of place the tire looks.
Looks too far forward a little.
Yeah, we gotta come back. I'm thinking about ride height, ultimate end game, and when the car's driving, you don't want the tire to look out of position in the fender.
It's way tucked.
Ooh, I like that. So this is like as low as it could ever go. You know, there's no springs in it at all. It's flat down, not even on the bump stops. It's metal to metal. You know, your spring obviously will bring the ride height up. A big part in making these choices is just eyeballing it, you know? Whatever looks right, that's where you stick it. That's expression personified. That's pretty low. Like, to go lower than that, I mean, your engine's gonna start popping out of the top of the car.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do a plexiglass hood anyways.
Hey, count me in if you want to go that route. I think this is the final resting place for the clip. Now it's the tedious process of alignment, measurement, and then bracing it all to make it count. After I square it up, Tom is making some plates that will box it all together.
I get it, I understand it, I think.
The Z shape that I'm going for is like the Zorro, the capital Z, big, bold moves. Now it's just a bunch of busy work on the structure side of things. Once we get all that figured out, this clip is in business. We are making progress on this one step at a time. Got this thing dialed in, man. Check that out.
Wow, it's all packed. Oh, no engine hoist.
Yeah, it's connected.
It's floating there.
There it is.
Man, I like what you've done.
Yeah, see, so that step became more of a Z. See how I had to kind of wrap the steel into the cross member and whatnot?
Yeah, no, it flows really nice.
Oh man, nice finger. What happened? Picking your nose again?
Yeah, I laid it open with a grinder.
Ow, better you than me. If you're working with metal, you're gonna get cut. Check it out, I still got all 10.
Yeah.
It's all about discovering your limits, and Tom was introduced to the fickle finger of fate.
Yeah, man, it looks really stout, really sturdy.
For sure. It took a lot to bend those plates. There's nothing like the first look at your new ride. Drop her down. Looking good, looking better.
Yeah, it's bottom out on the jack.
That's how it's supposed to be, man. The jack's supposed to get stuck. It would not be a true Roussel original if you're able to put a standard floor jack under it.
Oh boy, that is low.
That's how it's supposed to sit. I'm real happy with it. It's probably a bit more radical than Tom was even expecting. Yeah, I mean, you can see the tuck in those front tires. It's on point.
Dude, can we drop the back down?
Yeah, that's next. That's why we got it teeter-tottered like that. The whole rear axle's disconnected. So I got a cool thing to show you how that's gonna come together. Check it out.
Oh, right on.
I've been ruminating about all the ways I could step up this project for Tom, and with the rear suspension, it's a no-brainer. Check this out. TCI does full suspension upgrades, and I saw that they had it for this model car. And when I say full, it comes with the shocks, it comes with the shackles, it comes with the leaf springs. U-bolts?
My bolts.
I've used TCI kits in the past, and they always deliver. You got your independent front suspension, right? So that's already way more advanced than that straight axle. That's still got the same kind of buggy transverse leaf spring in the back. So
Right.
now with this, right, parallel leaf springs in the back, all the buggy springs are out.
Oh,
It's gonna ride like a Ford Ranger pickup. I mean, like a race car. It's gonna ride like a race car. Now remember, this isn't a lowering kit, right? This was a leaf spring swap, so it's not gonna be low. I have a lowering block kit. So that's 2 inches right out of the box.
okay.
Aha!
Ooh, what do you need?
It's lower than it was, but now you got some action. Look at that.
Yeah.
With every project, it's all about managing your expectations, and that's always the song and dance between myself and a client.
Wow.
So that's the good news. Hey, look, Tom, it rolls. What a concept, just like a car is supposed to. See, this was how we were supposed to take it off the trailer, just like that. Little low in the front, nice and rolly.
I love this ride height. I love the rake.
Well, then I guess my job is done here. Sold.
I'm so happy right now.
Yeah, it's groovy. It's very emotional, and that's what it's all about.
This is exactly how I picture it sitting. I don't want it too low. Obviously don't want it too high.
Right.
And I'm more of a California rake than a tail dragger.
You took Grandpa and you put him right back in high school.
Oh yeah.
That's what it is. We need to get an engine and trans. That way we can put some weight in the front, put the springs back in, and then decide how you want it to sit.
Hot Rod Bob says he's got an engine and trans sitting there waiting for us.
Groovy. Let's go on over.
You know what this makes me feel like doing?
I told you. It's grease lightness. Tom is telling me that Bob just may have the power plant we need. Bob's always got something different going on. What the heck is with this thing?
Oh man, Bob's always building, man.
Hey man, this is your truck too?
Oh yeah, I had it for a little while.
Cool. Looks a little different than a pickup truck stance.
No, it's pretty much a tube chassis Camaro with a truck body on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Looking under the hood, this is not your average pickup. In fact, it's the race version of what Tom and I are doing under his Ford.
Old school 350, slant plug heads, all that. It's built pretty well.
Yeah, it looks more like a Camaro under here than a pickup truck.
Yeah, he's put some work into this one.
It's a ton of fun, or a half ton of fun.
Yeah, it's a half ton of fun. Nice. Got a freaking cage coming right through into the cab. Whoa, look at this. This doesn't look like any pickup truck I've ever seen. Miles per gallon. Oh yeah, look at these. Now this is what I like to see, you know. Bob is the consummate gearhead. He's got everything organized and laid out, and he's the real deal. He's not just some pack rat, he's got stuff. A lot of projects in motion at the same time. This is a big one.
Yeah, this, I don't know, I don't think that would work.
Oh, it would
It's,
work all right.
Well, I don't know what you guys have planned. What are you doing actually to the car? What's your,
It's pretty mellow streeter, you know.
nice
we upgraded.
driver, that type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, this is a contender, right? We just have to redo everything. It's a big block Chevy. It's a 454.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a great engine. Make no mistake about it. It just might be a little bit much for the family cruiser.
This is another option, but then you're not too far along from your flathead. I mean, it's a better engine, 7 main bearings, you know, and it runs well. But the amount of work you guys have done to that car, that's not enough upgrade, you know what I mean?
Straight 6, it's a contender. It's definitely a low and slow cruiser motor, but why not more?
I mean, that's ridiculous, and this isn't enough, you know?
Okay.
So I would suggest this.
Oh, wow.
I had it for this car. That's a roller motor now.
Oh, I see, right. You just
And the
upgraded.
factory 4-speed and all that, so I like that better. So this is just taking up space in the shop, you know?
You went and built a beautiful engine, and it wasn't right for the car.
Yeah. This is yours if you can use it.
I mean, Bob, I'm looking at it. This is a
It
sharp-looking
looks-
engine.
Oh, no, it's a good engine. It runs well, but it's just, you know, beautified, you know?
I don't know. You know, it's like,
got shiny valve covers and air cleaner, but other than that, it's just a regular motor, you know?
I mean, but what if you got another Mustang? I mean, you
I
got
don't
this
like
Mustang.
Mustangs that much, so.
Says the guy with the Mustang.
Yeah, well, I couldn't pass it up.
I think this is a great choice. Small block, V8 power, automatic transmission. What's not to like about that?
Oh, okay. Right now, it's just seeming way too long.
Yeah, I took off the headers, the power steering, the alternator. I knew it was gonna be tight going in.
Ooh, yeah, we're hitting that sheet metal on the firewall.
That's what I was concerned about. This is what it comes down to, all the theorizing and planning and et cetera that all leads up to this. Like, if it doesn't fit, guess what? It doesn't fit. Push her in. All
Oil
right.
pan's starting to clear.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Whoa.
That's it, it went right in. Look at that, it doesn't hit the floor at all. The fit seems to be a success. Now it's all about tailoring it, get the thing aligned and get the motor sitting straight. Prepare for leveling, commencing leveling.
Stop.
In a perfect world, everything would just line up and drop in place, just like you imagined. But the world ain't perfect like that. What it's gonna take is some full custom. So you can see that the motor mounts are now behind the cross member.
There's no metal there for it. What do we do about that?
Called a creative solution.
Are you gonna fabricate something?
I know a guy with a welder. A few more measurements and we're all set for old Nine Fingers to cut some plates.
All right.
It's Tommy Nine Fingers. It's pretty intimidating. You wonder what happened to the 10th. Here in the final stretch of the operation, I can't let Tom or his car out of the shop without a little torture. I mean, customization. There's one last piece to this puzzle, and that's the front of the frame. We got to get that bumper mounted, so I got one idea, just one. Let me fly with one custom idea on the outside of the car. I think you're gonna like it.
Oh, yeah?
Got some treats.
Oh, yeah, you got some boxes.
The last part of this car deserves a little bling. Your front bumper was a little dinged, so I just went all the way. Front bumper, rear bumper, chrome grille, new gas tank, bunch of hardware, you know, all the stuff you're gonna need. You know, I wanna set Tom up for a lifetime of cruising. I really wanna help him out, and I have ideas for a future project that I wanna have him involved with.
Thanks, man.
That's how we roll. Bob Drake is the perfect choice for this. They make quality reproduction parts and they fit perfectly, so it's exactly what we need. Got some headlights, gas tank sender,
Sending unit.
grill moldings. Look at all this good stuff.
Ian, man, you really hooked it up.
In an effort to get Tom's car all wrapped up, I put the springs back under the front end, and it's not exactly what I was expecting. Yeah, that Ranger front clip, it had like lift springs in it. It must have been raised up, because look, even with the V8 and the 4-inch section in the frame, look how tall that car is. So
Right.
we're gonna do something with the springs later.
Oh, okay. Is that the modification you're talking about?
No, the modification I'm talking about is installing this front bumper. I think it'll tighten up the lines a little bit. Check it out. First step is to get the bumper in place and see how it looks on the car. This gap was bugging me. I'd love to see this really brought up, you know, like trim this pan out, bring the bumper in as close as possible. That's the first time in my career I drew a legible line. Guess who gets to cut it?
Hey, before I cut into this, by any chance did Bob Drake send you another one of these?
No, they're currently unavailable. The price of NOS parts has gone through the roof, so don't mess that up. Just like with the chassis of the car, was Tom expecting to cut his prized possession up on the onset of this process? Probably not. So give it to him once more. Getting pretty good at this photography stuff, man. Your Instagram already has 500 likes.
Wait, you put a picture of me on Instagram?
I mean, cut an irreplaceable piece? Come on, I gotta keep myself entertained somehow. Ooh, look at that. Now stand back and look at it. See, this doesn't look so spread out.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Just tucked it up a little bit.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I like that a lot.
See?
Oh, wow.
Old subtle Roussel strikes again. It's weird. It takes it from just like having a jutting lower jaw, right, and just tucks it up.
I am glad you talked me into that, man.
So I'm just gonna set it both sides, and then we can twist it to whatever angle looks best. Jack it up. Raise it, raise it, raise it. Mm-hmm.
Man, you got some tricky ways.
As good as it looks, I don't think we're gonna get through this without final inspection, you know? Thing 1 and thing 2. Let's see what the judges think. Here comes trouble.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up?
The Spectres and Tom are old friends, so it's like a family reunion. Front end, complete swap. Installed a Ranger subframe. Car's gonna be much lower. Don't concern yourself yet. Hop in, check out that floor pan action. Can you dig it?
Oh, he digs it.
I guess so. Say we just assemble this thing and run it. This is what every project leads up to, right? The moment of truth. Is it gonna work? We are out at the top secret testing facility. It is time for the shakedown run.
Are you excited? I'm excited.
I was born excited, man. That's what we're doing here.
I've been looking forward to this moment, and I'm just...
I love it. Never lose that naivety.
It's perfect, man. There's
100
nobody around.
It's 110 degrees, the wind is perfect. What could possibly go wrong? You still remember how to drive, right?
Shall we turn on the juice and
Well, we've done.
see what shakes loose?
Yeah, we got all that suspension fabrication handled. Tom took it over to Hot Rod Bob's. They did all the mechanical stuff, did the alignment, gas tank install. Basically, it came back as turnkey. We just adjusted the ride height, a couple minor things, and time to test it out. Sounds good. That way, Jeeves.
Yeah! Oh man, this is so exciting. It's the 40 body style, which I absolutely love. You got the fat fenders, that cool round roof, the engine, it sounds awesome. It's just a really crisp, old school rod sound, you know?
That feels like it's from the 60s for sure.
Yeah. It rides the line between hot rod and custom, a little bit of a cool classic flavor to it.
It's greased lightning.
It's greased lightning. Man, this is beyond what I could have hoped for. This is much more than what I could have imagined.
I don't know, man. This feels good.
It does.
Drives like a street rod. You reinvented the street rod, sir.
We
Perfect.
did. The front suspension, that was a brilliant idea.
I'd like to thank you for thanking me.
Yes.
No reason you can't put a truck subframe under one of these.
Smiles for miles,
That's
man.
exactly what I was thinking. Smiles for miles.
It feels so right, just putting my elbow out the window, too.
I gotta say, man, this car is gangsta. Tommy Nine Fingers is back.
I'll tell you.